Hello guys, welcome to Anita Crochets. The hook is my magic wand. My name is Anita. This is another beginner friendly fringe summer top tutorial, and this is my inspo from Pinterest. The materials we shall need is a 3.5mm hook, yarn. I'm going to be using size 2 yarn. I'll double my strands, scissors, and yes, that's all we shall need. So this is how my top looks like. This is what I made of it. I had to make a few changes with the colors because these are the ones that were available to me. Also, this is a very good top for those curvy ladies that would not or are not comfortable showing off their calves. The fringes are actually going to cover them for you. So whenever I start voicing my tutorials, okay, first this is the kind of yarn I'm going to be working with. It's 100% acrylic. It is size 2 yarn, and I'm going to be doubling my strands. And I mentioned I'm going to be working with a 3.5mm hook, and this is it. So I'll make a slip knot. And for my top and the length that I wanted for this size small, I am going to work 22 chains, okay? So you are going to have to work 22 chains if you are making a size medium and probably want something longer. Okay, you can work up to like 32 chains. Okay, if you just, the more chains, the more longer your top is going to be. So it will almost go all the way down the underbust up to like the end of your ribs. Okay, so the length is up to you. Okay, so once you have your 22 chains, we are going to get into the third chain stitch from the hook and work a double crochet. And we are going to continue working one double crochet into every stitch until we have one stitch left to end the row. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys work your one double crochet into every stitch until you have one stitch left to end the row. So I'm going to meet you at that stitch that will be at the end of the row, then show you what to do. Okay, so like I mentioned, the more chains you work, the longer coverage, like the more the coverage you're going to have on the front. Okay, so your fringes will like be a little lower given the chains you are going to work for your top. So let me meet you guys once you have one stitch left to end the row. So I'm right here and I have like one stitch left, as you can see. So I'm into the very last stitch. I'm going to be working 2 double crochets, okay, in that very same stitch. Then I will chain 1, then work again 2 double crochets into this very same stitch. So basically we are going to be having 4 double crochets all in the very same stitch, and this is to have us like curve all the way around, because now we are going to be working on the opposite side of our foundation chains. So into the very first stitch on the opposite side of the foundation chain, we work a double crochet, and we continue working 1 double crochet into every stitch until we come to the end of our row. Okay, so I'm going to meet you once you're at the end of your row, then I can show you how to start the next row. So I've come to the end of my row, and this is how my first row looks like for this project. Okay, now here I'm going to be working my second row, and I'm going to chain to turn my work into the very first stitch. Okay, I'm going to work a double crochet. Now remember, we are working with multiple colors, so it is up to you to change colors for every row. Okay, I'll be changing colors on the next row, but it's up to you to change colors for every row and get that, you know, that color pattern that you are looking forward to having for your bralette. So I'm going to be working 1 double crochet into every stitch until I get to the chain 1 space that I worked at the top of my at the top of the curve that I worked on the previous row. So let me get you guys there, then I can show you what to do. So as you can see, this is the chain 1 space right there, and I'm just about 2 stitches to get to the chain 1 space. So I'm going to work my double crochets just like I have to, 1 double crochet into every stitch. Now once I get to the chain 1 space, I am going to work I hope you guys can see clearly because I'm working with this dark purple. So work 2 double crochets into that chain 1 space. Okay, I'm working my second double crochet. Then now I'm going to chain 1 and work 2 double crochets once again into this very same space. Okay, now I'm going to be working on the opposite side of the row. So I'm going to start working 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way down until I get to the end of my row. Okay, so I'm just going to get back and work 1 more row with you guys, then I'll let you guys work the rest of the coverage of your breast cup on your own. Okay, so here we are. This is how my work looks like. And now I am going to be changing my color, and I'm going to now attach lilac. So I'm just going to get the strand, pull through the yarn and chain 1. Then I'll just secure these 2 ends, make my second chain, and I'm going to secure these 2 ends by working a knot. So once I have my knot secure, I am now going to lay the ends onto my row so that I crochet these ends underneath. Okay, underneath the stitches I'm going to be working. So into my very first stitch, I go right in and work a double crochet, then go to my next stitch and work 1 double crochet, and I'm going to continue working 1 double crochet into every stitch until I get to the chain 1 space that is at the peak of my breast cup, just like we did the previous row. So there is nothing that is going to change. I'm just taking you through this last row with you guys, so that just in case someone is watching and they are beginners, you know, they literally get exactly what I meant to have you guys do. So let me meet you guys at the chain 1 space and I can show you what to do next. So as you can see, this is the chain 1 space right here. So I'm going to get in there and work 2 double crochets. Then I will chain 1, work 2 double crochets once again, all in this very same stitch. So we should have 4 double crochets right at this corner. And then now start working on the opposite side. So we shall get in there and work 1 double crochet, then continue working 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way until we come to the end of our row. Okay, so this is what you're going to do for all your next rows. You can just keep changing the colors for every row. Now I didn't work so many rows. I worked about 7 for size small. So if you're working for sizes medium, you can go all the way to 9. And if you're working for a size large, I would advise you use maybe size 3 yarn or size 4 yarn. Okay, because it is like strong enough. The gauge is really strong enough to hold up. It won't be light like these ones. So you can go all the way to up to like 10-11 rows, given what could fit you perfectly. Okay, so I'm having a written pattern for this top, and I hope you guys can purchase the written pattern if you need any enlightenment on the size variations. Also, there is some sort of like better closure in the written pattern, just in case someone is not okay with this kind of closure that I worked for this tutorial. So I have my 2 breast cups complete, but there is a difference on one. I have this extra row that I worked. Okay, and then this one does not have that, so it's what I'm going to work with you guys to show you how to get the exact same result as this. Okay, so to get that very same exact result, remember that is more like going to be around the cleavage area, like that seam around the cleavage area that gets these 2 breast cups to like join together. So it's stitches we have to work and along this edge, so that when once pulled up, it does not pull the breast cup down. So we need to work a number of stitches that are in position to give us that effect. So to do that, we shall chain 2 and turn our work. Now here I'm going to work 10 double crochets into the next 10 stitches. So for people who are working a top that is a little longer, or you started with longer more chains than I did, you'll have to work more stitches than I am working. Okay, so for that, if you are confused about that, I will have everything highlighted in the written pattern, which is actually for sale on my Etsy, Ko-fi and Ravelry shops. So just make sure the stitches you work are in position to like have this breast cup be in great shape and not pull it down once we pull the upper strap. Okay, so make sure you follow the very same steps for your second breast cup, and once you have 2 breast cups, we are going to join this cleavage area. So I'll insert my hook into the last stitch on the opposite breast cup and then pull through my yarn, and here I am going to work single crochets into every stitch on both ends or both pieces so that I join this together. And if this gets confusing for you, you can literally just get your yarn needle and just hand sew these 2 pieces together. Okay, so this is what you will do. Just work single crochets into every stitch on every piece and make sure all ends are joined perfectly well. Okay, so I'm going to meet you at the end of the row. And this is how my work looks like. So if you work very many stitches, your breast cups will pull to the inside like that. So just to make sure you have the right number of stitches, it has to look like this. Like all the peaks have to like look straight up and not facing, fighting to face one another. So now we are going to work along this edge just so that we work our strap, but we must make sure it's in the same line with the stitches we worked for the cleavage. So in that way we have great grip for our bust, okay? And the under bust is also fitting. Now the closure I'm going to work for this bralette is sometimes very tricky, more so on larger sizes. You will find that the straps close right into themselves at the back, and you find that part of the project is actually going to go folded into the knot when tying at the back. So to get better closure, you can purchase the pattern and see the closure I use, or you can literally just work a panel that you are going to have like holes at the edges, so that the straps that are going to pass from the back of your neck go all the way down to do a crisscross closure. Okay, now for this row, I'll insert my hook into the 12th stitch. I did the 12th stitch, okay? And then I will get into, I'll pull through my yarn work a half double crochet, a single crochet, and I will work 2 single crochets together into the next 2 stitches, okay? And then continue working 1 single crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of my row. That's what I have done. Sorry, I was trying to explain the closure thing, but yes, I think I have caught up. I worked half double crochets. So once you come to the end of your row, you chain 2, turn your work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you have 2 stitches left to end the row, and into these last 2 stitches right there, you are going to work 2 half double crochets together to end your row. Okay, just like that. And then we shall chain to turn our work, skip the first stitch and get into the second stitch, and then work 1 half double crochet. So basically that's a decrease, and we are working the decrease at the top because we want the bottom to remain a straight edge. Okay, so work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of the row. All right, and once you are at the end of the row, you are going to chain 2, turn your work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you have 2 stitches left. Then into those 2 stitches you work 2 half double crochets together. Okay, so that's how you're going to work the next rows until you have 1 stitch left to end the row. Until you have 1 stitch on your row. Okay, So I'm just going to let you do this until you have one stitch at the end of your row. That's why I'm going to meet you guys, then show you what to do. I hope I have not made you lose out on anything, because I was really speaking so much, but I wanted you guys to get a clear sort of like explanation for this, for where we are headed now. So yes, as you can see, just quick chain 2, turn your work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you have 2 stitches left, and into those 2 stitches you work 2 half double crochets together to end your row. So yes, do that until you have 1 stitch. Okay, so here we are, and now I'm going to be working my straps. So once you have 1 stitch on your row, you are going to now work chains long enough to like go all the way and make that knot at the back. So basically you can work up to like 70 chains or even more or less, no, not less, but at least 70 chains going up. Okay, so once you have your chains, I'm going to get back and show you what to do. So right here I have my chains complete, so I'm going to get into the 4th chain stitch from the hook and work a slip stitch. Then I will chain 3, skip 3, work a slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 3, skip 3, work a slip stitch into the next. So here we get a strap that may look thin but very, very strong enough to like hold up even if you have a bigger bust. Okay, so it doesn't more like, you know, burn or like scratch right at the shoulders. So do this until you get back all the way down to the half double crochets you had worked. So just in case you end up with having 2 chain stitches, you will have to just chain 2 and skip 2, then work a single crochet onto the last stitch of the stitches we work, just like I did. Okay, so from here you will cut your yarn, weave in your ends, and then do the very same thing on the other side. Now once you have the other side complete, then you will start working single crochets just like I am doing. Okay, work your single crochets just like this, and do this all the way going up into every half double crochet post. Okay, until you get to the double crochet stitches that are along that edge. Okay, so let me meet you guys there, then show you what to do. So just to be clear, what I mean to do the very same thing on the other side is you work these half double crochets we have worked, okay, until you have 1 stitch, then work your strap as well. Then now you can start going all the way up and working along the edge just like I have been doing. Okay, now that we have finished working along the half double crochet posts, we are now going to be working into the double crochet the double crochet stitches right here up to up, so that we work our strap. So I'm going to get into every double crochet stitch, and I'll be working 1 single crochet into every stitch until I get to the chain 1 space that is at the peak of my breast cup. So here we are, I am up my breast cup, and now here I am going to get into this chain 1 space. So I'll work a single crochet, and then I'm going to work chains long enough for my straps. So for the upper straps I usually do up to like 50, but you can do 50 or more and just do the very same thing. Sorry. Yes, so I meant to say do the very same thing we did for this strap. Just do that, and I'm going to get back and show you how to work along this other edge. So here we are, and I have my strap complete. I did the very same things I did for the previous strap I had worked. So I'm going to get into the chain 1 space and work my 2nd single crochet. Then now I'm going to work single crochets, 1 single crochet into every double crochet stitch until down where I joined my cleavage, or where we have the row that has the seam. Okay, so just work your 1 single crochet into every stitch until you get to that point. That's where I'm going to meet you guys. Then I will show you how to cross over and get to the other side of our breast cup. So I'll meet you right there. And now right here, this is where I am. So this is what I am going to do to cross over to the other side. I am literally going to work 2 single crochets into this double crochet post. Okay, so I'll have my first single crochet into almost close to the end of the post, and the other at the top of the post. Then I'll do the very same thing for this double crochet as well. I'll just work 2 single crochets into this double crochet post as well. Then from here I'm going to resume with my single crochets, just like I did for this side of the breast cup. It's exactly what I am going to do. So just resume with working 1 single crochet into every stitch until you get all the way up at the peak of your breast cup. Work your strap just like we did here, then come down. And so you will come down because I believe you already worked the strap that should be at the bottom. So you'll just come down and work a slip stitch where the strap ended, okay, or started, let me say. Yes, this is what we have. So I'm just going to show you guys how to work the bottom edge and have our fringes added to our top. So I'm going to get my hook and yarn, and I'm going to set my hook into the last stitch that is closest to where the strap started, and there I'll pull through my yarn and work a chain, then work a single crochet. So now I am going to chain 2, and I'll skip 1/2 double crochet post, okay, and then into the next half double crochet post I'm going to work a single crochet. So for the tutorial I worked a single crochet, but I realized later it would have been better if I worked slip stitches instead of single crochets. So it is all up to you. You can just do this very same thing I'm doing right now, or you can just work slip stitches to get to know what I was really talking about. So chain 2, skip 1/2 double crochet post, and into the next half double crochet post you work a single crochet or you work a slip stitch. So once again you do that because we are going to do this until we come to the end of our half double crochet posts. So just chain 2, skip 1/2 double crochet post, and work a single crochet or slip stitch into the next half double crochet post. So once you get to the double crochet post, we are no longer going to work 2 chains. We are just going to chain 1, get to the bottom of that double crochet post right there, and work a single crochet or work a slip stitch. Once again you chain 1, get to the bottom of the next the next double crochet post, and work your single crochet or slip stitch, okay? So you are going to do this for all the double crochet posts along this edge, and then once you get to the half double crochet posts on the other side, you will resume with chain 2, skip 1/2 double crochet post, and work your single crochet or slip stitch into the next half double crochet post, okay? So I'm going to let you guys run all the way to the other side, okay? Now let me just show you how to add your fringe, okay, your fringes to these chain gaps we have created at the bottom of our work, so that it is easier for you guys to like finish off the whole entire project on your own. And lastly, to add our fringes, we are going to start from the last row of the pink, okay, that was on the breast cup. If you want to have your fringes go all the way to the back, you can start from where our straps end and go all the way to the other side. So I'm just going to start from where my last color of the breast cup is, and here I'm going to get 4 strands, okay? You can have 2, 3 or more. So I have 4, and I'll insert my hook, pull through the loop of the strands, and then pull the ends of the strands through that loop, okay? So that's how that's how you have to add your fringes. So just go on adding fringes into every chain gap that we worked along the edge until the end of it. And now once your fringes are fully added, this is how your top should look like, okay? So So the reason as to why I suggested we should have slip stitches instead of single crochets, that is the effect single crochets have at the bottom edge of our top where the fringes have to be. So to have that invisibility, slip stitches would actually work much more better. But yes, this is how our top turned out and I love it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Also a special thank you for all people that really find time to purchase my patterns and also give back to me in any way possible. So just in case you would love to, just go on my coffee shop and just buy me a coffee. Thank you so much. See you next time. Goodbye.